He's been described as a giant of modern literature. Today, aged 74, poet and Nobel laureate Seamus Heaney died following a short illness. President Michael D. Higgins has led tributes to the celebrated poet, saying his contribution to letters, conscience and humanity was immense. Seamus Heaney is survived by his wife and fellow writer Mary Devlin and their 3 children.
A poet, a teacher, a warm and dignified man and a source of inspiration to generations of writers. Seamus Heaney was in many ways our national poet, his work quoted at gatherings of state.
Iske, water, and fionn, the water's clear. But dip and find this Gaelic water Greek. A phoenix flames upon fionn Iske here.
When the Queen visited this country, his place was at the top table. He was born in 1939, the eldest of 9 children, on a small farm called Mossbawn in Derry. Much of his early work was concerned with rural and domestic themes. He was educated at St Columb's College in Derry and later at Queen's University, now home to the Seamus Heaney Centre for Poetry. Later, the Troubles were to have a profound influence on his work, and he has been described as the most important Irish poet since Yeats.
I think you're inspired by surprise. You have to be surprised by yourself. That's the main thing. And with me, it's mostly memory that surprises me. Remembered moments that start something off.
Seamus Heaney was respected as a poet on the global stage, while poems such as Midterm Break and Digging made him a favourite of the school curriculum here.
In the porch I met my father crying. He had always taken funerals in his stride. And Big Jim Evans saying it was a hard blow. If poetry and the arts do anything, they can fortify your inner life, your inwardness. And listening together and knowing things together, which is what a culture is, if you know things together that you value, that's a kind of immunity system against other difficulties, I think.
He married Mary Devlin, herself a writer, and the couple moved to Dublin with their 3 children. He held professorships of poetry at Harvard and Oxford and won numerous prizes, most notably in 1995 the Nobel Prize for Literature for what were termed works of lyrical beauty and ethical depth.
My son Michael said, no blubbering now, he said. But I did have, as they say, eye contact with them as I bowed towards the audience, and that was one of the happiest eye contacts I've had with my family ever.
Seamus Heaney was known for being incredibly generous with his time and advice for young writers. He suffered a stroke in 2006 but returned to public life. There were national celebrations on the occasion of his 70th birthday, and in 2011 he handed his papers over to the National Library. He was also a C of Aosdána. He died this morning following a short illness and is survived by his beloved wife Mary, his sons Michael and Christopher, and his daughter Catherine Ann.
History says, don't hope on this side of the grave. But then, once in a lifetime, the longed-for tidal wave of justice can rise up, and hope and history rhyme.